Welcome to my small town. So this is the beautiful place, glorious past. The buildings talk about the story of the Bundela rulers.
From the palace rooftop, we look out over the ancient town of Orchha. Heat haze combined with the smoke of cooking fires creates a mysterious atmosphere as we look across the township and its surrounding forest. Down from the rooftop, and we take in the impressive architecture of the Jahangir Mahal, or palace. Orchha was established in 1531 by the Bundela Rajas, who made it their capital for over 200 years. This palace was built around the same time, with its two lines of graceful balconies with their trellis fronting. This is a beautiful example of medieval Islamic architecture. Nothing seems to have changed over the 500 years since it was first constructed. The trellis frontage to the balconies would enable the Islamic woman to gaze down unseen on the activities in the courtyard below. I could easily imagine this becoming a movie set. In fact, our guide was very excited to be able to tell us that this in fact had been a movie set. The courtyard had been crowded with actors, cameras and technical crew. Unfortunately, the resulting film bombed at the box office and with the critics. But I didn't disappoint the guide by telling him that information. But then, perhaps he knew. He was a very well-informed guide, and he had a great knowledge on the history of the palace. The second of the three main buildings making up the citadel complex is the Raj Mahal, built in the 17th century. It was constructed by Madhukar Shah, a deeply religious person, and his religious interest is displayed in many of the rooms and galleries that we visited. There was an impressive range of frescoes and ceiling painting. While religious themes abounded, some of the frescoes may have been showing activities of the ancient royalty. The frescoes do give us an impression of religious and secular life in medieval India.
Vakit çok geç, ah dönülmez akşamın ufkundayız. Vakit çok
The exterior of the Raj Mahal is much plainer than the adjoining palace, and it certainly gives no indication of the glorious artwork to be found inside. while it would have been easy to spend much more time watching the monkeys, we had to move on. Orchha has many impressive buildings from the 17th and 18th centuries, but we're heading to a cooking demonstration.
When water is absorbed, oil comes to separate. This masala is ready. Now we add oil.
So you set them in water so they don't go brown?
Yes, right. The first time somebody knows.
You don't put salt in the water.
Potato with capsicum and obviously
You put add-on here.
The end result was a very pleasant and delicious meal, and we all came away with the recipes. During my stay in Orchha, I've been looking out from my hotel at these chartreses. There are a total of 14 memorials or cenotaphs to the rulers of Orchha. They are symbolic of the rich cultural heritage and grandeur of the past and of the skill of the ancient craft people. A good time to visit is near sunset, and that's a time when all of the highest points will have their resident vulture. This is the first time I've seen vultures, so I found this quite fascinating. Well, it seems I'm not the only person here making a video. Orchha is not one of India's most well-known tourist attractions, but it is worth a visit. Wandering around this quiet and unhurried township is like stepping back in history. And that's an experience worth having.